Hey, 5th grade, it's Miss Gyoko with your Flip Math lesson for today, 11-1. Today's Flip Math lesson objective is, I can use fractions to represent division and place fractions on a number line. So here's our practice problem to start off with. Jacob invites 11 friends to a party. His mom orders 2 extra large pizzas. If all 12 of them divide the pizzas equally, what fraction of the pizzas will each person get? So I have my 2 pizzas here, and I'm going to take the 2 pizzas and I'm going to divide them by Jacob plus his 11 friends. So that's 12 people. So I'm doing 2 divided by 12, and I'm going to find out what fraction that's going to equal. Now I know that since I've only got 2 pizzas and there are 12 people total, I know that each person's going to get less than 1 pizza. So I know that they're each going to get a fraction of the pizza. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to divide my pizza into 12 pieces. So I'm going to divide it into fourths, divide each fourth into thirds, because I've cut pizzas a lot, so I know that if I cut into fourths and then cut into thirds, I'll get 12 pieces. So excuse my crummy fraction there. There we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, so they cut this pizza into 12 pieces, and then they cut the second pizza into 12 pieces. And let's say Jacob's going to get his slice, so he gets one of these slices. And then he's going to take a slice from over here. So altogether, he has taken 2 out of 12 slices. He's taken 2/12 of the pizzas. Now I can divide both of those, the numerator and the denominator, by 2, and I know that that's going to equal 1/6. So total, he is going to get 1/6 of the pizza, and each person will get 1/6 of the pizzas as well. See how that happens? So what we're going to do today is we're going to focus on how division actually is fractions, and how fractions are fancy division. We're also going to be putting those on number lines. So how can you use a number line to show fractions and how that fractions are related to division? We're going to work on that next. I'm going to use a number line to show 2/3 equals 2 divided by 3. Now there's a couple different ways to do this. I can think that 2/3 is really 2 groups of 1/3. I know that because 1/3 plus 1/3 equals 2/3. So I can show 1/3 and then show another third, and that's going to show me where 2/3 is. So I'm going to take my 1 here, so I've got 1 on the number line, and I'm going to find 1/3 first, so I'm going to split this into thirds. So I've got 1/3 plus 1 more third, and that's going to equal right here 2/3. Okay, so here's 2/3 on the number line. So I could do it that way. I could take my 1 and then split it into 2/3. Or here's another way to do it. I could think of it as 2 wholes being divided by 3. Okay, so right here I've got 2/3, and that's the same as the whole number 2 being divided into 3 sections. So thinking of my pizzas again that we just had, so if I had 2 pizzas and I'm dividing them by 3 people, I could think of it like that. Okay? On my number line, I have the numbers 0, 1, and 2, and I'm going to kind of ignore that 1 for a second, and I'm going to ignore that number right there, and I'm going to think of just the number 2 being divided into 3 sections. So I've got 1 section here, one section here. So this is 1/3 of 2. This is another third of 2, and this is another third of 2. Okay, so if I have 1/3 of this one and 1/3 of this one, that's 1/3 of 2 pizzas. So that equals 1/3 plus 1/3 is going to equal 2/3, which is right here. My number line is still 2/3. It's the same thing that we just had before. We had 2/3. It's just a different way to find the same answer. Okay, I can think of it as two groups of 1/3, or I can think of it as the number 2 being divided into 3 equal sections. Whichever way is easiest for you to figure out is fine. Okay, let's practice a little bit. Let's start by practicing by writing a division expression for the following fractions. So I'm going to give you a fraction, and you need to write the division expression with me. So here we have 3/4. We've talked about this before, that fractions are just fancy division. So 3/4, I'm going to go ahead and put it in the division box to show you where these numbers go. 3 is being divided, so it goes inside the division box. It's being divided by 4 into 4 sections. So 4 is the divisor. It's 3 divided by 4. Now, it said to write it as an expression, so that means I'm writing the numbers with operation. 3 divided by 4. That's our final answer. Okay? It's easy peasy, right? Let's try another one. 5, 6. 5, 6 in a division box. 5 goes on the inside. 5 divided by 6. And I'm going to write my expression. 5 divided by 6. Okay, let's try another one. This time let's do the opposite. We're going to write each division expression as a fraction. So this time you have the division. 4 divided by 7. Okay, that equals 4 divided by, divided by 7. There we go. Now I'm going to write a fraction of that. 4 divided by 7. If you think of this line as being divided by, that will really help. Okay, 4 is being divided by 7. Try one more. 8 divided by 9. So I can show that in my division box. 8 divided by 9. And I can show that with my fraction. 8 divided by 9. Okay, now let's use the number line to show 3 divided by 4. There's 2 ways to do this, like I showed you just a minute ago. I can think of 3 divided by 4 as the whole number 3 being divided into 4 equal sections. So I'm going to cut it into 2 equal sections, and then cut each 2 equal sections into another 2 equal sections. So 3 being divided by 4. So now I have 1/4 plus another 1/4 plus another 1/4. My fourths aren't great. They're not exactly equal. Plus another 1/4. Okay? Or I can think of just the fraction that comes with 3 divided by 4. You can think of that fraction. 3 divided by 4. Oh, that's the number 3/4. And you know that 3/4 is going to be about right there on the number line. 3/4. Okay? And that's where my first section was when just a minute ago when I divided them into 4 equal sections. This is where the first number ended, at 3/4. Okay, now it's your turn. Let's see how you do. First, you're going to write a division expression for the following fractions. Your first fraction is 7/8. Write that as a division expression. Okay, if you wrote, you could do it in the division box also. If you wrote 7 divided by 8, and then you wrote the expression 7 divided by 8, that is correct. Number 2, write 4/9 as a division expression. If you wrote 4 being divided by 9, and then continue to write 4 divided by 9, then you are correct. 4 divided by 9. Write 9/15 as a division expression. If you wrote 9 being divided by 15, and then wrote the expression 9 divided by 15, then that is the division expression. One more. 14/21. Okay, if you wrote 14 being divided by 21, 14 divided by 21, then you are correct. Now, some of you might have gotten fancy and you might have simplified this first, but divided by 7. And you could have done that and gotten 2/3, and then that would be 2 divided by 3. So either way is fine. This time you're going to write each division expression as a fraction. So you get the division, you change it to a fraction. Number 5, 9 divided by 11, change that to a fraction. If you wrote 9/11, you are correct. Number 6, write 12 being divided by 23 as a fraction. If you wrote 12/23, then you are correct. Number 7, 5 divided by 8. If you wrote 5/8, you are correct. Last one, 25 divided by 75. If you wrote 25/75, you are correct. And if you went ahead and you divided those to simplify them, then you would get 1/3. Either one of those is correct. Okay, this time you're going to draw a number line to show the following fractions. So draw a number line to show 4/5. Okay, you could do this several different ways. You could draw 0, whoops, and then 4, and you could show that the number 4 is being divided into 5 sections. Okay, 4 is being divided by 5. So you could draw this number 4 is being divided into 5 sections. Let me change my color of my pen here. So I could do like 1 section, 2 sections, 3, 4, 5. And then this would be the very first one. So that would be dividing 4 wholes divided by 5. Sometimes I think that's confusing, though. That's not my favorite way to do it. I just like showing where 4/5 is between the numbers 0 and 1. So I take the number 1 and I break that into 5 sections. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I show where the 4th out of 5 sections is. So that would show me where 4/5 is. Okay, for B, that's easier. But you do whatever is easiest for you. And then this last one, what fraction is being shown on the number line below? Okay, so you see I've got number 0 and 1. So the number 1 is being divided into sections. You have to count how many sections is being divided into. If you count that, I think you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's being divided into 11 sections. So 1 whole divided by 11 equals 1/11. Okay, that's it. We're finished for today. Good job. Thanks. Bye-bye.